Synod. Some years ago now, having heard various people in various places observe how wealthy Oxford Diocese is, they kind of said, what do you know? Oxford has so much money. I looked into this. Looking at lists of assets by diocese, it was immediately obvious that Oxford is wealthy. But then I drew up some spreadsheets to show what the figures would look like with the assets distributed more evenly. Just to be clear, there is no question of dioceses being required to relinquish their assets so they can be redistributed. But those spreadsheets showed me what people had been saying. If assets were distributed evenly, we would have at least 1/3 less. But the assets on our balance sheet in our funds are not the only reason that we're wealthy. We are also wealthy simply because of our location in the country, which means our land values are high, and more so when we can sell land for development. Newcastle Diocese were forced to sell their last piece of land during the pandemic, and they sold it for £200,000. When we sold land in 2022, the proceeds were nearly 4.5 million. And although there certainly isn't an endless supply of land that we could sell, there are likely to be more sales in the future. When it comes to finances, Oxford Diocese has options, choices about how we manage. Many dioceses do not. This is why other dioceses have had to reduce clergy numbers, cutting back on mission. We have not had to do that in our diocese. Now, I am not pretending that meeting parish share allocations funding our diocesan mission is easy. As well as serving on the Diocesan Finance Committee for a good number of years now, I spent many years as a parish treasurer, and I've been Amersham Deanery Treasurer for over 13 years. I know well the issues experienced by parishes. But the amount requested in parish share in this diocese is reduced by the return on our disproportionately high level of investments. If we think money's tight, it's a lot tighter elsewhere. In recognition of our relative wealth and following synod discussions, Bishops' Council agreed in 2020 to give away £250,000 per year for 4 years to the 5 least well-resourced dioceses. £50,000 per year has been given to each of these dioceses, being more or less the annual cost of a clergy person. The gifts we have made to other dioceses have made a real impact on the ground. In Liverpool, they used our gift to open up a significant area of missional opportunity, racial justice. Given the connection of the Port of Liverpool with the slave trade, this is a particular issue for them. They funded the costs of a racial justice officer called Jenny, who produced a diocesan strategy to move from repentance to repair. This strategy was presented to the National Church, who made a grant of £196,000 to take it forward. They see this as both a matter of justice and a missional opportunity, which they say was transformational for them. The impact of Oxford's gift has been way beyond its monetary value, again, using their words. In Newcastle, the funds Oxford provided have been used to fund a pioneer minister post in a newly established Bishop's Mission Order initiative in a former coal mining area in southeast Northumberland. This then unlocked a £300,000 grant from a local charity funding the employment of 3 youth workers based in a school that serves the whole area. But in both of these places, our generosity has enabled the diocese to obtain further funding to hugely increase the impact of our gift. These dioceses are tremendously grateful. This morning, I am asking Synod, generously and courageously, to agree to continue to give to poorer dioceses, to support mission in other parts of the country. To reflect that inflation has affected everyone, we are proposing £60,000 a year for 5 years, so £300,000 for each of the poorest 5 dioceses, a total of £1.5 million. Our diocesan finances have been modelled taking into account these donations, and these projections have been scrutinised by the Finance Committee and by Bishops' Council, who recommend this proposal. I was talking to a couple of people from Liverpool Diocese earlier this week on General Synod who thanked us for our gifts for their diocese and said they would pray for our debate this morning. The Bishop of Sheffield offered prayers too. Bishop Pete chairs the Mutuality in Transparency in Finances group, which is a national group of which I'm a member, and so is Paul Cowan, Bishop Stephen's chaplain. Oxford's generosity is a model promoted by the work of this group. Our faith in Jesus Christ leads us to be generous to others, reflecting the ultimate generosity to us that he demonstrated on the cross. I would urge Synod to be ready to show that generosity in enthusiastically backing this motion. And I'm looking forward to your comments. Thank you.